What's going on, my guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are watching from. Thank you for being here with me today. So today, the topic of discussion is fitness for men working full-time jobs. Now, I've worked in a lot of different offices. You know, I come from, like I've told you guys before, I come from like an IT background, do a lot of admin, support, that kind of stuff. And I've worked with a range of different people, you know, and a lot of wealthy people, a lot of successful people in these settings, you know, a lot of CFOs, CEOs, you know, high-level managers, you know, even team leads who are making crazy amounts of money, you know. And something I've noticed about this is a lot of these people, I'm not going to say everyone, but I'm going to say 85% of the people I've worked with who are in these roles, who are in these corporate offices every single day and crushing it and making great money, a lot of them are very unhealthy, man. And even myself included, whenever work has got to a crazy level where it's just taken over, because work, for me, work is enjoyable. You know, obviously we all have our bad days, but in general, I do enjoy working. I love to work. I love to work hard. You know, I love to make good money. And, you know, and so work can take over, you know. And I can remember I worked about 40 minutes away from my house at one point. So I'd have to drive every day, and it took me a long time to get to work. And you know, by the time I'd get home, I'd be tired, but I enjoyed the people I worked with. You know, I think I worked in I think it was like an insurance company at that time. This is years and years ago. I worked in like insurance, and I was making good money, man. You know, and we were making good bonuses and all this kind of stuff. And but I remember I was getting really out of shape, and I was getting really unhealthy, man. I just, you know, work took over. You know, like work just took over me. I've always loved fitness. I've always loved training, but work took over me. And I remember when I came into the gym after I had a little bit of time off this job, and I took like a week off. I always remember it. I went into my old gym that I normally would go to, and a couple of my friends were there who are religious in training. They always make sure that they get their training. My friend said to me, he goes, "Bro, you look like shit." Like, he goes, "What's happened to you, man?" My belly was huge. My skin didn't look very good. I just felt horrible, man. Like, I felt really, really bad. And then I was like, yo, like, I realised, yo, what's happened to me? And like I said, I've worked in a lot of places where a lot of successful people are in there, you know, but a lot of them are unhealthy, man. You know, they eat donuts, they eat like a lot of high carb, sugary snacks for lunch. There's people that are like diabetic who are, you know, high level managers who are just don't take fitness serious. They don't care about it. Overweight people, and this isn't good, man. I actually had, and you know, and I don't want to speak on this person because she was a great manager to me, man. Really, 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 like, really nice person. But she was, you know, she wasn't the healthiest of people, you know, and she suffered with her weight. And you know, every lunchtime she would have like high carbs, sugary snacks, you know, quick foods. And you know, we're sitting down a lot, especially when you work in corporate. You're sitting down a lot, so you need to make sure that you're eradicating all that the badness of sitting down all day. You need to make sure that you're doing something, some form of cardio, exercise, running, you know, walking. And you know, and like her, I'm just using her as a good example. You know, I don't want to go into it, but you know, she passed away at a young age, and it was sad. And yeah, man, like, just thinking about it, like, fitness, health, all of that kind of stuff, you know, it's got really popular now, and alhamdulillah, I'm so glad it has. You know, I remember I was speaking to one of my friends in the gym who owns nightclubs in our local town, and he goes, business is crap, man. He goes, the young boys, the young girls, they all want to be in the gyms now. He goes, you know, they don't want to be out here partying and drinking, and you know, and what they still do is a lot less than what it used to be. And I'm so happy. He was moaning. I'm so happy at that, man. I love people that look after themselves, that, you know, that take their life seriously. Listen, you got one life. God gave you this body to look after, bro. Like, you know, don't. But anyway, that's another stuff. I'm going off on one. So this is just about men who are working a full-time job that, you know, want to get into fitness or get back to fitness or have a love for fitness, who have fell off or don't know where to start. This is for you guys. So the first one is utilize your lunch time. Now, I've talked about in a previous video how we can get in the gym early in the morning, 5 a.m, all this kind of stuff. Yes, you can do that, but I understand as well that if you are a high performing employee, if you are a manager who has to work late, if you are a team lead who's under stress at work, if you are a CFO of a company or a CEO, or you are managing employees, it's very hard to stick to early mornings. I completely understand this. So the lunchtime is going to be your secret weapon. Okay, so this is how I would do it. You have an hour of a lunchtime. We don't need 2 hours to train. You just need that hour. And in that hour, we can do a few things here. So number one, provided that you can find a gym close to your work. Now, alhamdulillah, with the wide range of 24-hour gyms, alhamdulillah, there's gyms that are literally 5 to 10 minutes away from people's workplaces, okay? If there isn't, don't worry about that either. I got you. So this is just for if you have a gym close to your workplace. This is what we're going to do. You're going to give yourself 40 minutes to do. So let's say for example Monday, you're going to go in there and you're going to do 40 minutes of a full body workout, and that's all you're going to do. And then you're going to shower, and then you're going to go back into work. That's 40 minutes. Yeah, okay. We don't need to go crazy. We don't need to do too much. You can even just do three sets of each exercise, and we can stick to compound lifts. So we can do bench press, deadlift, squats, we can do some pull-ups, and we can do 3 sets. You ain't got to go heavy. 3 sets, 40 minutes is all you need. Go and get a shower, have a 10-minute shower, get yourself 10 minutes to get back into work. We're done. Tuesday, we're going to focus on cardio. We're going to do a long run, okay? Nothing crazy. You're going to do a long run. And this is good because you can even just do this outside. You can take your gym stuff to work. You can take your shorts. You can take your t-shirt. You can take your running trainers, and you can just go. You can just go down to the toilet in your workplace, get changed, and go for a long run. We're going to do 30 to 45 minutes of a long run, okay? 30, 40, 45 minutes along them ranges. We're going to do a long run, nice and easy. Nothing too crazy. We're not trying to win marathons here. We're just going to go nice and easy. You're going to do a long run. After that, you can go for your shower if you're in the gym, or go into your toilet at work and wash yourself down, take your towel, wipe down, get changed, and get back into work, okay? Wednesday. Now, this is provided that you've got a gym close by. You're going to do your full body again. Maybe you mix it up. Maybe you do 20 minutes of something full body, 20 minutes of cardio. And if you haven't, listen guys, if you haven't got a gym close by, you don't need the gym. Listen to what I'm saying to you. You do not need the gym to get a good workout in. I would even go as far as to say sometimes getting in the gym takes more effort than it's worth. So, like I said to you, on a Monday we're doing full body. On a Monday, you can go outside, all right, even if the weather is a little bit cold, make sure you wrap up. We can do press-ups. We can do some pull-ups somewhere. We can go to a local park. There's parks everywhere. You can do pull-ups. You can do press-ups. You can do sit-ups. You can do all of these things, yeah? There's loads of different body weight things that you can do outside. And we're still going to stick to that 40 minutes. The second day, a long run. Again, like I told you, you don't even need to be in the gym. Go for a nice long run. We're talking about 40 minutes of a long run outside of your workplace. Wednesday, we're going to go straight back into full body, and that can be 20, and you can mix it up. You can mix and match. But listen, we're going to make sure that we're doing this 5 days a week, bro, because I know people say you only need to do 2-3 days. I understand that. But remember, when you're working these high stressful jobs and you're working in corporate and you're sitting down all day, we need movement, man. We need movement. And having an hour's lunch break to do 40 to 50 minutes of movement, it's not much, man, in a daytime. It's not much at all, bro. Like, you think people that work construction all day, they're doing hours and hours of lifting, moving, running around, picking up heavy objects. We're not doing that. You're giving yourself 40 to 50 minutes in a whole day. That's all you need, bro. That is all you need. And give yourself a workout. You know what I'll do? I'll tell you what I'll do for you guys. I will bring out I will put a workout routine, a sample workout routine, and I'll put it in the description below so you guys can download it and you can use it. And this is just something you can use every single day. You can tweak it, do what you want. I will put an example workout 5 days a week for working out at lunchtime. So that's one. Utilize your lunch breaks, guys. All right, the next one. Ditch all of the sugary snacks. Ditch them. You know what I've noticed as well? I've noticed, like, when I've worked in, like, offices or whatever, do you know how many people love making them instant noodles with the hot water? Do you know how bad that shit is for you, bro? It's full of salt. It's full of, like, yo, bro, it's just full of, like, artificial crap, man. Like, stop doing that. I don't know why that's such a big thing. So many people love putting the hot water in and just having, oh, for God's sake. Listen, drop the sugary snacks. Drop the, the quick instant noodles and these Rustler burgers that you put in the microwave. This shit's bad for you, man. This shit's so bad for you, bro. Not even like on a weight gain thing, but even like just for your body, man. It's terrible. It's just crap food, man. It's not even real food. So, listen, make sure you go and get yourself some plastic containers. And what we're going to do is, maybe on a Sunday, maybe in the evenings, you're just going to cook your lunches. So that could be, you can make some boiled eggs, maybe some side salad, maybe some sweet potato, maybe some whole grain rice, and you can just put it in your Tupperware and you can do it. I remember when I used to work in this office, and I was really big into powerlifting when I worked in this office, and so I needed to make sure that I eat. So I remember every Sunday I'd make like loads of chicken thighs, I'd make whole grain rice, some salad, and I'd put it into the Tupperware, and I'd take that and I'd just microwave that. And listen, by the end of the week, towards the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, it's probably not the most nicest thing to eat, but remember, it's healthy, man. And we're going for health. It's not going to spike your insulin. It's not going to spike your blood pressure. You're going to feel good. You're not going to feel all bloated and heavy. You're not going to feel like, that afternoon slump after you've eaten a big carby lunch. You're not going to feel that. You're going to feel good. So get your lunches made. Go and buy yourself. Listen, bro, it's about $5 for Tupperware. Yeah, you can get them in big cases. You get 5 or 6 in a case. Lunch boxes. Go and make your lunch. Go and do your lunches either in the evening or every Sunday. Like I said, boiled eggs, rice, salad, chicken, whatever you got to do, whatever you got to make, and go and warm that up. Drop the sugary stuff, all the instant stuff, these instant burgers, instant noodles, all of this stuff. Drop that ASAP. All right, the next one is we're going to drink water all day, bro. All day long, you are going to hydrate with water. Listen to what I'm saying. You are going to hydrate with water. We are not having Coke. We are not having Tango. We're not having whatever the drink is. We're not having sugary fruit drinks. We are just hydrating with water. We need to keep our energy levels up at all times. Remember, we've got deadlines. We've got work. We've got things that need to be done in the day. We don't want no crashes. We don't want no fake energy boost from fake energy drinks. We want to be hydrated at all times. We want to make sure that the body is cleansed all day. So we are going to drink water. Water. We're going to make sure that we hydrate like crazy with water. We're going to help. That is going to help you with that slump feeling in the afternoon. That's going to help you feel good all day. Keep your energy high. Hydrate with water. So no fizzy drinks, no fake energy drinks, no sugary drinks, all of these things. Just water. Drink water. Hydrate. All right, the next one is very, very important. Now, this one is so important, bro. I've actually experienced this. When you work a corporate job or whatever, when you work a certain job, when you work a corporate job, or you work in a high level job, or you work in sales or whatever, any sort of job that you do, there's going to be stress. There's going to be pressure. There's going to be KPIs. There's going to be targets. And even my construction guys, you guys have got pressures, man. You guys have got things that need to be done at a certain time. The job needs to be done. You've told the customer it needs to be done, in 5 days' time, or you're on day 4 and you've still got loads to get done. So there is pressure when you're working. It doesn't matter what you're doing, there's always going to be pressure. So when I'm saying there's always going to be pressure, I actually burnt myself out with this last year. I was so like determined to make more money and do extra. I was working overtime. I was stressing my body out, and I burnt the F out, man. I burnt out so bad, bro. I burnt out, and I had to take time off work. I got so burnt out. So this one is very, very important. It depending what you're doing, you know, how stressful your job is, it doesn't matter. I want you to de-stress every single evening. Every single evening, I need you to de-stress, okay? So you come back the next day sharper, harder, quicker. The more stress you have, the more ill you get. The lower your immune system goes, and we don't want to be ill. So what you're going to do in the evening is you're going to turn your phone off for an hour. You don't need it on. Turn your phone off for an hour, turn the screens off, and just do something that is not stressful, that doesn't make your brain tick. And this can be anything. This can be going for a light walk for an hour or 50 minutes or whatever. Go outside, go for a walk. It can be a nice hot bath. It can be a nice hot cold shower. If you've got a hot tub, jump in the hot tub. It can be yoga, anything. But that hour is for you to de-stress. We don't want to get sick. We don't want to get overworked. We don't want to get overwhelmed. We don't want our recovery to suffer. You know, if we're trying to stay as healthy as we can, then we need to de-stress. We need to stop our brains from constantly going. So for an hour every evening, I want you to take some time out to relax, to chill. Listen, I know I said turn off the screens, but it can even be something simple like watching your favorite program. Just something that is not getting your brain ticking. Watch a comedy, watch some Fresh Prince, you know, watch some NBA. Just watch something, do something, play some computer, I don't know, anything. But what I'm saying coming off screens, I mainly mean your phone, all that doom scrolling, checking things, looking at things, social media, all of this stuff. We don't want to be doing that. Give yourself an hour every evening to decompress, to de-stress, to relax, and your recovery will be a lot better. Your health will feel better. The next day you'll feel better. De-stress in the evening, my guys. Then the very last one is protect your sleep at all costs, my guys. Protect your sleep at all costs, okay? Work life is stress. Work life can be very stressful. Work life can be very stressful. Work life can feel like pressure. Work life can get you down, or it can make you feel good, you know, or it can wind you up. Colleagues can wind you up. So we want to make sure that we're sleeping for 8 to 9 hours every single night. Yeah, we want to give that body the time to rejuvenate. We want to get that recovery in. We want to make sure that the next day when we go to train and we go to work, that we aren't going there in a stressed out, tired state. We want to be 100%. We want to be on our A game. We want to feel strong. We want to feel good. Okay, so we are going to protect that sleep. And listen, go to sleep at the same time every day. If you need to fall asleep by 9:30, 9 o'clock, stop scrolling on the phone, relax, read a book, read a magazine, chill. 9:30 every single day, you're going to go sleep, wake up for 6, 6:30, and you're going to feel recovered, you're going to feel good, you're going to feel refreshed. Like I said, work life is pressure, work life is stress, work life is tiring, it's very, very tiring. Remember, we're doing these jobs for 8, 9, 10 hours, 5 days a week, some people 6 days a week. It is tiring, man, and the body can only handle so much. So we need to protect that sleep at all costs. 8 to 9 hours, same time, Monday to Friday. And these are just some of the things, guys, that are going to help your health, help your fitness. You know, if you're working a full-time job, you know, you don't want to get sick. You don't want to, you know, if you're quite sedentary in the day, you're not going to start dealing with high blood pressure, insulin sensitivity, all of these things, need to go on meds. These are just some things that I believe are very, very powerful that you can do every single day. Hydrate, sleep good, de-stress, you know, make sure that you're utilizing your lunch times, make sure we're moving about, we're getting some good air in. Just a few things that will really help you. And guys, when I'm doing these videos, I'm speaking from experience. I've experienced all of this stuff. You know, I've experienced it firsthand. Stress, de-stress, burnout, you know, getting overweight, getting sick, getting unhealthy because of work, because of working so much. I understand how it is. So just listen to what I'm saying and you'll be good. My guys, thank you so much for watching the channel. Thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It will help the algorithm, and I will be here every single week to give you guys the best health, and life tips that I can. I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless.